Hello. All right. So, hello everyone. I am Harshal Jain, and today we're gonna continue with our project that was the movie booking app. Okay. So today we're gonna continue with the front end UI, and in the last video we actually set it up the application. So you can watch that video to know how we are gonna connect the front end and back end. Like I just initialize the back end as well as I initialize the front end. Okay. So let's begin. And first of all, I'll just open my folder. So I'll just reinitialize the front end so that everyone is on same page. Okay, so what we actually did was in this folder I created a new folder, and this was front end, this was back end. Okay, so I'll reinitialize the front end. I'll just delete this, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna open it in VS Code, this folder, and the front end which we're gonna make is in Next.js. Okay, so we're gonna use Next.js for it, and now for that I'll just go to my terminal and I just have to type npx create next app latest. Okay, so if I hit this, it would check for the latest version and use that. So I'm gonna name it as movie booking. Okay, movie booking, and we're gonna use TypeScript. And do you like to use ESLint? Okay, so we would hit it. Then I think everything is fine. App router. No. Okay, let's see. Right, so guys, you can see we have the app folder, and in app folder you can see we have page.tsx. Okay, so now let's work on this. I'll first of all go to terminal, and you can create a terminal by simply by simply clicking on this, or what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this specifically. So I'll just click on integrated terminal, so you can see my front end is here. Okay, so I'm going to type npm run dev, and there you go. So it would start. Right, so okay, just a minute. Right, so guys, let's first of all begin with the home page, then we're going to continue with the inner pages. Okay, so you would see a page something like this. If I open the browser, you would see it something like this, and the previous day's source code is also available. So you can see this is the first page. Now we're going to continue with this. Okay, so let's first of all create a component, that is the navbar component. We're going to make a navbar component first of all, then some inner pages. Okay, so let's say this is the home page, right? This is our home page. This is our home page, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove everything for now, and I hope the font is visible enough. Okay, and now let's do one thing. Here in src folder, I'm going to create a folder named as components. Components. Okay, so inside this, hi Sagar. Inside this, I'm gonna create a folder for navbar. So navbar, and let's say it's having the file name of navbar.tsx. Similarly, navbar.css. Okay, so for navbar, I'm just gonna say it's using RAFC shortcut. You can see, oh, I got the boilerplate like this, and I'm gonna bring it to which page? I'm actually gonna bring it to layout.tsx, because navbar is shown in every page. Okay, so we're gonna bring it here, so that it's everywhere. Okay, similarly for footer. Okay, those things which you want to show in every page, you can bring it in layout. Okay, so navbar and close this. Okay, so that's fine. Now let's see. So you would see a page something like this with a navbar text. Okay. Now one more thing, I'm gonna remove the CSS. We don't need the CSS for now. I'm just gonna remove every CSS we have here. And in globals, I'm just gonna say that we have initial margin and padding as 0. Okay, so I'll just say M0 and P0. Okay, P0. Fine. Now let's see for the navbar. Okay, let's go for the navbar first of all. So I'm gonna say that navbar would look similar to the book my show navbar. You can refer that. Okay, I referred that. So what I'm gonna say is, first of all, I'm gonna have some image. Okay, so I'll just paste my assets folder. Okay, I've created an assets folder. I'm gonna use those images. So I'll just paste the assets folder. Here you can see I have some logo. I just created some random logo, and then you can see I have some banner images. Okay, some temporary banner images. Okay, so now we are gonna work on this. So let's first of all go to navbar.tsx. Here we are gonna use one more thing, that is React icons for getting the icons. Okay, so for that I'm just gonna install it. I'll just type npm I react icons, and I think that's it. Okay, so these are all the things which I'm gonna import, and I'm gonna use icons from React icons. If you want to know more about this, you can simply search for that. Okay, I'll just show you where is React icons. So you can simply search here React icons. Okay, so you would get this GitHub pages link, and there you can learn more about it. Okay, I just installed it. Then you can simply search for an icon. Suppose for example I'm going to use a profile icon, that is user icon. Okay, so I'll just simply search for user, and which one I'm going to use is suppose for example I'm going to use this buy one. Okay, suppose I'm going to use this buy one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply say, I'll just remove this for here from here. Okay, I'm gonna simply say import and just paste the thing which you got copied, and then after that you have to write it this way, React icon slash buy. Okay, if you are taking the buy one, similarly we have different, so you're gonna import that in that way. Okay, you can check out the imports later on, but yeah, you have to import these. Okay, so now we're gonna use these icons and these things. Okay, so first of all I'm gonna say that my nav bar would be actually starting from the nav tag. Okay, now inside this I'm gonna say we are gonna have left section and the right section. Okay, so in the left section we're gonna have this div. Similarly I'm gonna have the right section. Okay, so this would be right section. Right, so inside the left section I'm gonna show my logo which I have copied from the assets folder. Okay, which I have taken from the assets folder. So I'll just say my logo would be of this much height and width initially, but we are gonna change the style later on. Now after that we are gonna have a search box. Search box would be containing a search icon as well as the input field. Okay, I'm just gonna have the search box, and in the right side I'm gonna have first of all a text which shows which city I have selected, and along with the drop down icon. Okay, now after that I would simply say we have some links to go to different pages. Like first of all I would have some logout button. I would have a logout button. Okay, I just have given this logout, and then you can see I've just given this a link tag. Inside this I have a user profile icon. Okay, these are all the things which we have in navbar. And now if I go here, you would see it something like this. You can see it looks something like this. Okay, now we're gonna style this. Okay, so for the styles I have navbar.css. Make sure you have imported navbar.css. Okay, now we're gonna work on this. So navbar.css, first of all I'll say my nav tag would be of display flex, and left would be on left side, right would be on right side. Everything is on center. Okay, that means they are on center of each other. That means they are aligned in this way. Okay, then we have some padding and some color. Text color I've given white. Background color is COL2. Okay, color 2 is what? Color 2 is I actually copied the color from book my show. So for that what you can do is you can simply go to this app, and here I'm gonna paste my colors. Okay, so you can choose any other color, but I'm just gonna say that I have some colors, as well as I'll choose some font family also, default font family. Okay, you can see I've chosen some color 1, color 2. Okay, you can pick any other color. Okay, so that's it. Now let's go to navbar.css. Here we have first of all the nav tag, so you would see it something like this. Now we're gonna fix our left and right side. Okay, so for that I'm gonna say that the left image would be And also in the left side we have the search icon and input field. Okay, so I'm gonna style all of them. So you can see left side, image in the left side, search box in the left side, search button in the left side, and the input in the left side. Okay, so you can see it looks something like this. Now similarly we're going to talk about the right side. So right side would be, again, I'm going to style my theme button and different styles. Okay, so in the right side what I've done is I had the right side. Okay, everything is in center and items are in the end side, and then I've said that my button would be of red color. Okay, that means pinkish color, actually, the book my show one. And then you can see the color texture is white. After that, I have given style to the link tag. Okay, link tag has some default underline blue color text. So I've just changed that to some style. Okay, then you can see I've given theme icon, then drop down, and then drop down icon. Okay, so you would see this is the navbar which we have created. A very simple navbar, but it works fine. Okay, so now I've just created the design. Later on, we'll work more on this, but I've just created the design. Now let's talk about other component, that is the slider component. Okay, so for the slider, we're gonna use I'm gonna create a component which would be using swiper. Okay, so I'll just type swiper. Okay, you can copy any style from here. Okay, it would be great. Like, you can copy any style from here. Like, I'm just gonna choose some simple one, but yeah, styles are really great here. Okay, for example, if I select, if I try to go here, okay, you can see, actually you can click on get started and you have to install these things, and it will tell you how to use it. Okay, so you can use it this way, but I'm just gonna go to resources and demos. Okay, you can see you'll get a lot of demos here, and by default you'll get a slide like this if you want to use it. If you want to get a slide with the buttons, you'll get it with the buttons. Else you can get dots also. Else you can choose different types of, okay, things. Okay, you can see we have different kind of things. So I think this is up to you. Whatever style you want to choose, you can see that we have a lot of styles here. Okay, so those who want to use the slider can definitely use this slider. So now let's talk about the slider which I'm gonna choose is, I'm just gonna choose some normal slider, and you can see that this is also fine. Okay, so I'm gonna go to React. I'm gonna go to React, and here you would find the swiper things which you want. Okay, just go here and you would get the code sandbox. Okay, sandbox. Inside sandbox you have to go to src folder, then in app.js. Okay, app.jsx. Here you would find all the necessary things. First of all, you have to import all of these. We just import all of these. Actually, I would say import the complete import. Okay, then I'm gonna say here we'll create a component. I'll just name this component as home home slider. Okay, so inside home slider, let's create a file named as home slider dot tsx. Okay, so tsx. Okay, now I'm gonna say rfce. Now I'm gonna import everything which I have copied, and one more thing, I have to install swiper. First of all, I haven't installed it, so here I'm just gonna type npm I swiper. Okay, so now swiper is installed, and if I just save it, you can see everything is fine. And what else you need is, I don't need the css, I'll just skip the css part. Okay, now everything is fine. Now I'm gonna decide what's my swiper. Okay, so here you can see that for using it, you just have to define things here. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that this would be my swiper tag, and let's close this tag. After that, you're gonna define your swiper slides. Okay, so I'll just copy this for now and paste it here. Now I'm gonna use it in which page? In home page. Okay, so this was the home page, right? So initially bar would be automatically taken from layout.tsx. Here I'm just gonna say home slider, just import home slider, and it would be fine. So you're importing on a client gonna, one of these was marks. Okay, so you have to mark this at the top. So for that, what you're gonna do is, here you can type one thing, that is use client. Okay, that would be fine, because yeah, now you can see that the slider is here. The slider is here. It works fine, but we actually have to work on slides. Okay, let's show the slides here. Okay, so I'm just gonna go inside this and I'm gonna show some slides here. Okay, so I'll just call a temporary array which has two image links. I've taken these links from Book My Show, so credits to them. Okay, I've just copied the link from there. How you can, by the way, copy the link? You just have to, for example, I'll just take you to the website Book My Show. Okay, Book My Show. Now here, whatever image you want to copy, okay, you can simply right click here and copy image address. Just copy the image address, that's it. Okay, that's it. So here we have just copied the image address. Now let's go back, and here you can paste the image address like this. Okay, I've just pasted the image address like this. Okay, so that's how you're gonna copy and paste the addresses. Now instead of the swiper slide, I'm just gonna use a map function for mapping things out. Okay, so I'm just gonna say, suppose if I have 10 images in my slide, I would see 10 images. So for that, we're gonna use map function. That's the easiest thing which we can use. Okay, so you have to close it this way. Okay, now inside the return, I'm just gonna return the swiper slide. Okay, swiper slide tag, and inside this, I'm just gonna say that the swiper slide tag would be having my image. Okay, would be having my image like this. Okay, I think the okay, you have to import the image tag also. So image tag would be imported from next image. Okay, so you can see what I did was I simply imported the image as well as the image URLs provided from the banner array which we created. Then we simply gave it object width as cover. Okay, rest everything is fine. And you also have to import width and height also. Sorry, I was late, caught up in GIF. Okay, what's GIF? Right. So I've just taken some width and height of the inner, like the exact width and height of the screen, and according to that, my banner would show up. Okay, so I've just simply given it height by 2. Okay, so you can see half the height of the screen would be height of the banner. Okay, rest everything is fine. Now let's go to our design. Here you can see we have one more problem here. You have to define this in your uh, next config.js. Okay, so let's go to next config.js. Here you're gonna define all the images which you are using. Okay, you have to define those images. So later on we are going to use one more image, so for that I'm just defining these images. Okay, this was the error which we got for, so we have to define this. And apart from that, I have defined this extra because there is some other kind of image link with which we are going to use. Okay, so these are two till now I know we are going to use. Later on we'll see. Okay, so now let's see if the error is gone. Okay, I have to restart. Okay, so for restarting, npm run dev. Right, so localhost 3000. So you can see it looks like this, and I think it looks cool. Okay, guys, one more thing. I need your help. Like, I didn't find any way to change the color of this, but if you find something, then definitely mention that. And later on, I'll also try to fix the color because I don't like the blue color. Okay, personally, but you can check. Okay, if you want. And you can see that right now these buttons are not clickable, but these are clickable. Okay, so that's up to you. Whatever you're gonna use, you can pick different banner also from this. Okay, that's up to your choice. Okay, but that's a very great website, you can use that. Now after that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna just show some movies. Okay, so we're just gonna show some movies, and we don't need anything else because that would actually take a lot more time. Okay, so we're just gonna show some movies. Okay, so recommended movies or latest movies like that. So let's say we have to create a slider for it. Okay, so I'll just say let's create a movie carousel for it. So I'll just say that here we have to type some names. So I'll just say let's give it a name as movie carousel. Okay, and inside this I'm just gonna say that we have movie carousel dot tsx. Okay, inside this I'm gonna define my carousel. Okay, so what I've done is I simply picked up some other carousel. You can see if you go down, you would get a lot of things here. You can see I'm getting a lot of things here. Okay, so that's up to you. Whatever you're gonna choose, like you can go down and you can pick more. But if you don't know what to do, you can just copy paste my code. Okay, but yeah, you can refer these also. Okay, like if you go bottom, you'll get more things. It's taking time to load. You can do that on your own. Okay, it's just copy paste from here also. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna copy paste my component, and it's similar to swiper. Okay, so now in movie carousel, what I have done is I would simply use the slides from the swiper. You can see these are the styles which I'm gonna use, and after that we would have one more thing. Okay, we are gonna define the movie card type because we're gonna use this later on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a folder here named as types. Okay, types. So this is going to be very important, types folder. So types folder, inside this I'm gonna create some type file. So types.tsx. Okay, inside this I'm gonna just define my types, and everywhere wherever I need the types I'm gonna use them from here. Okay, so we have one kind of type, that is movie card type, and I'm just exporting it, and rest everything is same, that is used for TypeScript. So you can see I've just defined a movie card type, and in this card I'm gonna have these fields. Title would be a string, image URL would be a string, ID would be a string, rating would be a string, type would be a string. So that's important in TypeScript. You're using TypeScript, so you have to define type somewhere. Okay, you can do this in the movie carousel TSX page also, but I'm just exporting here. I'm just writing it here and exporting it from here. So now we are gonna import those from here. Okay, so for that, what we are gonna do is I'm just gonna say import movie card type from types. Okay, from types. Okay, so inside types folder we have types.tsx. Okay, so that's how it's gonna import movie card type, right? So that's all we are gonna need here. So I'm just gonna say that I have a movies array. Okay, I have a movies array whose type of each object is, you can see I've just defined a movie card type, that is each object is of type this type. Okay, this is the type of each object. So you can see each object has a title, image, URL, ID, rating, like that. Okay, so you can see that's how you're going to define types in TypeScript. Even if you have some problems now, this is the easiest way to define types in TypeScript. Okay, so title, image, URL, ID, rating, type, and similarly you can see we have everything here. Okay, so I've just pasted some images, and what I've done is I've simply copied the image from here. You can simply right click and copy image address, and then you'll get the link of that, so you can paste it here directly. Okay, similarly I've just pasted it directly and given some hard-coded data. Later on, we'll get this data from the backend. Okay, right now I've just pasted it like this. Okay, so this is my array, and we are gonna continue with this array. So we're gonna show this data into our carousel. Okay, so I'll just say that let's give it a style of, first of all, slider out. Okay, now inside this, I'm gonna say we are gonna use the swiper. Okay, so you'll get these designs. Okay, I'll just share you the source code so you can get the breakpoints also. Breakpoints are simply for what screen size you're gonna show how much amount of cards. So you can see normally I'm gonna show 6 cards in full screen, and if you watching in mobile size, probably you'll see 1 card or two card in a screen, then you have to scroll. Okay, it's like that. So I'll provide the source code, or you can copy it from swiper.js also. You can find the same carousel there also as per your choice. Okay, it's very easy. Initially I told you how to use. Okay, so you can rewatch this video later on. You'll find how to use this, how to copy paste links files from there. Okay, so now I'm just gonna say that I have the movies array. I'm gonna map each element of the movies array one by one. Okay, so I'm just saying it this way. So what I'll do is I'll just close this. Okay, now inside this I'm gonna return a component. Okay, so let's create a component here. I'm just gonna say that the name of this component is movie card.tsx. Okay, and I'll just say arrayfce. What data it would be taking? It would be again taking an object of movie, right? It would be taking an object of movie. So I'm just gonna say that import types from this movie card type, and I'm just gonna say that whatever object comes here, suppose its name is data, so data would be of type movie card type. Okay, that's what I have defined here. Okay, if it was an array, if you're not sending an object, if you're sending an array, so you have to write it this way, and there is some method. Okay, but I'm just sending an object, so you have to just write it this way. Okay, just an object, data is just an object, right? So now what I'm gonna say is, right now I've just defined this. Let's first of all fix this. So here I'm just gonna say that in the slider, I'm just gonna provide my movie card. So inside the swiper slide, I'm gonna provide my movie card, and here I'm just gonna say as a prop, my movie object would be sent. Okay, whatever object I am at, that object would be set. So I've just done some normal mapping of JavaScript. That's it. Okay, so that's it. And now I'm gonna close it. And now let's work on movie card. Okay, but before working on this, let's import this on page.tsx. Okay, so let's go to page.tsx. And here I'm just gonna say movies carousel. Okay, let's show it this way. Now everything is fine. Let's show it inside our next tab. So if I just reload, so you can see I'm seeing the movie cards also. So right now I'm not getting an option for scrolling because due to some reasons. So I have to first of all fix that also. So you can see we have movie carousel here. Now let's work on this first of all. So where was the card? Let's work on the card. So now you know we have the data inside this card. So you just have to show the data from this card. Okay, so for that, first of all, I'm gonna extract details from the card. So I've just extracted whatever details are you are sending for the card. Okay, so these are all the details you are sending from the object, right? This was the object you sent from that, which I've just extracted the details from there. Okay, now after that, I'm just gonna say it has a style, and once you click on this, I'll route to this page. Okay, I'll just say that from here, I just go to /Mumbai. Instead of that, you'll get some city name, but for now, I've just hard coded Mumbai. Okay, similarly, after that, movies. After that, the title of the movie. It's like that. Okay, so I've just followed some process of Book My Show. Book My Show does the similar thing. Okay, first the city name. Then from the city name, it would pick the movies. Later on, it would pick the cinema halls. Okay, later on it will pick the timing and things like that. Okay, but first of all it would pick the city. So city is important. Then after that, inside that, what movies are available for the city. Okay, that means if you are trying to watch some Indian movie in suppose some foreign country, so obviously in that city sometimes that the movie won't be available. So first important thing is the city. Okay, first of all, city would be checked. Later on, you'll pass the movie. Okay, if the movie is there, you'll see the movie. Okay, it's like that. So I have just passed it like this. And now what is router? So router is actually for routing to different route. You can see this is some different URL. So if you want to go to some different page, you have to use router. Okay, you have to use router. So this is actually imported from where? It's actually imported from next navigation, not next router. So previously it was imported from next router, but it's now next navigation in the latest version. Okay, so please remember that it's next navigation. And now you would see that it looks something like this. If I click on this, so you can see it took me to this page. Okay, everything is fine. So that's how you route to different page in Next.js. Okay, that's the easiest thing. Now instead of that, you can use window.locate. I think that's it, window.locate, something like that. So you can use that also. Yeah, this is window.locate.href. You can do the same thing. Okay, similar by typing this. Okay, you can just relocate the user by simply typing this. But I think this is fine. Now inside this, I'm gonna first of all say we have some movie image. Okay, so we have some movie image. I'm just gonna show that image URL which I received from the object. Okay, that means, for example, I'm just talking about this. Okay, you can see I'm just talking about this poster. I want this poster, and I also have shown some rating. So you can see I got the poster as well as I got the rating from the previous page. Okay, now we have to import this icon also. So for that, I have used React icons. You can check out that. Initially, I told you how you can copy any icon from React icons. So I've just copied this icon. This is a star icon. Okay, so now what you have to do is, you can see, yeah, it looks very small, but yeah, we'll style that later on. And after that, one more thing, you can see you have to show the title and the type. Okay, so let's create another box here, and below this I'm going to show the title and the type. So title and the type. So you can see I've just simply shown the title and the type inside the p tag. So this would be the second component. You can see this is the second component. Okay, so you can see this is the second component. Everything is fine. Now let's go to the stylings part. So I'll just say that we have stylings from movie card.css. Okay, so I've just given some stylings here. I'm going to import that styling here. Right, so for that we can simply say that import dot slash movie card.css. Okay, that's it. Now here we are gonna give some styles. Okay, so I'll just say that my movie card would be, first of all, taking this much space. You can see I've just given it some box shadow and width and height. Okay, so let's see how it looks. So you can see my card looks something like this. If you want to decrease the box shadow or do something, definitely you can do it with this. You can simply say that it's more lighter. So you just want to highlight something, you can see you just want to highlight things, so you can do it this way. So box shadow is very great. Now after that, inside this, first of all, we have the image division. Okay, sir, how to deploy MERN app? Please make video, please. Okay, so for deploying the MERN app, you can use cyclic.sh for the backend part. This is a website. You can visit cyclic.sh. You can search for tutorials on YouTube. You would find dozens of tutorials. Okay, so just check for how to deploy Node.js app on cyclic.sh. I'm talking about free stuff. Like if you want to deploy a backend for free, you can use cyclic.sh. Node.js backend for free. For that, you can use cyclic.sh. And for frontend, you can use varcel.com. This is the easiest way, and you can search it on YouTube. Yeah, like it's everywhere. That's why it's not that unique topic. That's why I don't make videos on that. And also, like most of them are actually tutorial based, so like theory based videos. Most of the videos which you'll see on this channel is either theory based or the project based. So we actually don't make those kind of videos like small problems, but I can give you suggestions. Like you can search on YouTube for cyclic.sh as well as varcel.com. Okay, cyclic.sh for backend and varcel.com for the front end, so you can host your monstack application with that. By the way, today something great happened. I purchased GitHub Copilot. Okay, so now it's easier for me to code because you can see I'm way more faster now. Okay, so yeah, definitely we're not gonna use it for now. Prediction is not useful for now. I'm just gonna work on my code itself. Okay, so after that, you can see what I've done is I've simply said my card would be this width, height. My movie image would be taking this much space. So you can see my movie image takes this much space. And this is the Jawan poster. You can add different posters, but for saving time, I'm just pasting one poster everywhere. Okay. Now after that, I'm just gonna say my star, which is inside what? Inside my rating P tag. This is my P tag. Inside this, I have this star. I have a star button. Okay, I have a star button, star icon. So I've just given it a color of pink. Okay, that is a reddish color. Okay, that's the reddish color. You can see that's the reddish color. Now after that, we want one more thing, that is this rating. So let's talk about the rating. So if you want to get the rating, I have given the rating, but we have to style the rating, right? So for that, we have the rating. I'm just gonna say that its position would be absolute. That means it would be in the extreme bottom. 0, it would be taking 100% width, text color would be white, background color would be black. But bottom of what? Bottom of this movie img, because inside movie img I have the rating p tag. Okay, so inside movie img you have to define position as relative. If you define position as relative, then it means that you are going, this tag is going to be in bottom of this tag. Okay, so now you'll see it works like this. So you can see now the 8.5 is actually in bottom of the movie img. Okay, now it looks fine. Now after that, what else do we need is we have to design this bottom HP tag. Okay, these P tags. So for that, I can simply say that my details, inside the details we have title and type tag. Okay, so you can see for the details I've just given it some, आई थिंक आपने भी डिप्लॉय करना बताया है बैकएंड ऐप में इस चैनल पे. या आई हैव एक्चुअली टोल्ड इन सम ऑफ द प्रोजेक्ट, लाइक आई एम नॉट रियली श्योर विच वन. I think for the front end, you can check out the grocery store project, the last videos. Okay, you can check out the last videos. You'll find the Varcel deployment there. So for front end, you can refer that, and for back end, I don't really remember I have told or not. But yeah, you can search on Google or search on YouTube how to deploy backend using cyclic.sh. You'll find different videos. It's very to deploy, easy to deploy. So yeah, here you can see I've just designed the details tag. I've just simply said the details tag would be having some padding. Okay, that means detail is a division tag. Then inside this I had first p tag, this is the second p tag. So I've just given them some styles. So you can see it looks like this. Okay, I think it's pretty much fine. Now we are gonna work on inside this. Okay, so you can see if I click on this, I want to create this route. Okay, so first thing which you can do is, guys, first thing which you can do is, for example, right now I'm not gonna define it like this. Let's say I'm just gonna define hardcode city here. Okay, we'll later on take city from using different kind of things, getting from the backend or different kind of things. Whatever user has selected the city, that city would come automatically. But right now I'm just gonna say const city equals. Uh, I'll just say that the city would be, for example, Delhi. Okay, that is fine. Okay, so I'm just saying that city for Delhi, or you can choose any other city. Okay, so I'll just choose some other. Okay, because some people would say Delhi is not a city, stuff like that. I'm not good with geography anyway, so let's go safe. Let's pick Mumbai. Okay, so here actually make it small because in path I'll just provide it as small. Okay, now in this path I'm just gonna say whenever you click on this, these details would be sent, right? These details would be sent to some path. Okay, so okay, sorry. City. Okay, so you can see I've just provided this details. Actually, you don't need the tags here. It's fine. So you can see I've just provided the city as well as the name. Okay, so one more thing. If you don't want to define it inside the pages, that's totally fine. We're gonna define it right this. Okay, so for example, if you are, sir, I'm Polytechnic pass out in CS, but please give me some tips for getting my first job. डर लगता है यार, डर तो सबको लगता है और इस साल तो बहुत ज्यादा डर लग रहा है. That, I mean is in this year, definitely there is some less opportunities in IT sector. You'll get less jobs. So don't worry about this. If you're creating any kind of project, you can actually pick freelance works also. Like what I did was when I wasn't getting anything or when I was free, बेरोजगार जब था मैं. So I started picking up freelance work by simply going through different websites and contacting with my own city people. Like you have shop owners and different kind of people who want to make some website or application, so you can contact them. So if you are not getting a job, you don't need to stop. You can simply pick some freelance work that would add up to your experience, and later on you have to apply. Just apply. Okay, wherever you opportunity you get, you can just apply on LinkedIn anywhere. Okay, they never ask for specifically about your degree or things like that. Some separate thing. First of all is if you are capable enough, like if you have done enough projects, or if you are some CS guy. Okay, you have done CS, so that's great because that would be some requirement. Obviously, they won't be taking a normal commerce guy into the IT field. So for that, you have to have some degree for that. So I think this would work like a Polytechnic CS, that's fine. So additionally, you have to create a lot of projects and try to do some freelance work so that you'll earn money as well as you are creating projects, right? So yeah, here you can see I've simply routed to this URL. You can see I'm simply getting the city, and inside this we are getting Jawan. That's what I did. So for example, this is Book My Show. So if I click on this, you can see that's what happens in Book My Show. You can see city, movies, Jawan. And then after that, you have some ID, which I don't think right now we need. But later on, if we need, we'll fix that. Okay. Right now, I don't think so. We need any ID. So yeah, you can see that's important. Okay, that's important. These three fields are important because what will actually happen in this page? You, how are you getting these details? 2D eyes, 4D max. How does this page know that Mumbai or any like this show for this movie Jawan is only available for 2D, 4DX, IMAX, 3D. If I see it for some other city, for example, I'll just choose some other city. Okay, if I pick my location, okay, Jabalpur. So if I pick my location, so you would definitely get something else later on. Okay, so these are important details. These details might change with your city. Okay, so but for now I think they have shown some same details. But anyways, these details basically come from your city as well as this. Okay, but for example, if I type some old movie or something else, you might get some error. Okay, so this route is very important. This route is very important. Okay, so right now here I'm gonna say that now let's create this page. Okay, now we are going to create this page. That means we are going to fix this. We are going to fix this. So let's create that by simply going to pages. So inside app, we are going to create a folder, and that's known as dynamic routing. Okay, dynamic routing. So that's very important because you can see that here city can change, title can also change. So how we are going to create routes for that? This is going to be very important. So that's a very great option which Next.js provides. So inside app folder, I'm just gonna create a folder named as city name. Okay, and you have to pass these brackets, so automatically this folder name would be treated as a variable. Okay, later on whatever city you're gonna provide would work accordingly. Okay, so that happens now, but for making things easier I'm just gonna say okay, fine. So inside this I'm gonna create a folder that is movies. Okay, and inside movies I'm gonna create another folder That name of the folder is movie name. Okay, movie name. Okay, and inside this you can create your normal file like page.tsx, page.tsx. Okay, so this is the file with which we are gonna work on. So I'll just say rfce, and you can change the name if you want. So I'll just say movie page. Okay, so movie page. Fine. Now let's see. So if I reload, so you can see now I'm getting movie page. Okay, if you want to print these, what you can do is you can get these details from user router. Later on, we'll see that how to get the details. But now you know the route is working perfectly. Okay, so this is called as dynamic routing. Now, if I want to get this data, whatever data I passed in the route in this page, I can easily get that by using use router. Okay, that's some separate thing. We are going to use that later on, but yeah, I told you how it works. Okay, so now in movie page, what we're gonna do is we're gonna just design a movie page which would be having first of all some uh wanna make it something like this. So you can see it has a movie poster, then title, then rating, then what are the halls available here, what is the language here, duration, type, and date, that is a date of release. Okay, and then you can see book tickets button, and then similarly share button. After that you can see we have some cast, we have some crew. Okay, so this is optional. Okay, cast, crew, and top reviews are optional because we don't have that much time to do all of these. Okay, but still we're gonna try to do at least till cast, crew. Okay, we're gonna do till just a minute, guys. Okay, sorry guys. That was my little sister. Anyways, let's continue. Let's continue. Right. So here you can see that this was the poster. So let's work on this. Hmm. So in this page, I'm just gonna define a temporary object for the movie. Okay, so let's define that. So this is my temporary object, and here you can see this object has what? Okay, this object has what? So here you can see we have white poster. It has some link. So I've copied this white poster from simply doing this. Okay, so for example, if I talk about this, I'll just right click, inspect, and now if I right click here, inspect, so you can see this is actually the poster. You can see this is the actually poster. So if I control click on this, you can see I got the link. Okay, so you can simply get the links this way. Okay, that's very easy. So you can copy the link and paste the link. So this is the white poster link. Similarly, if you want to copy this link, this image, so you can easily get this image by simply copying this. Okay, so that's how you get image links, by simply copying. Okay, so now we have the links. So that's how I got the image links. That's how I got the image links. First is wide one, complete full page. Second is the portrait poster. Okay, then I gave it the title, then rating out of 10. Then I just created a temporary array. This might change later on. I just created a temporary array, and it would be containing some halls, some languages. Then after that, I defined the duration, the type of the movie, release date. Okay, let's fix this release date. Okay, then I have defined some cast. Okay, so you can see actually I only defined Shah Rukh Khan. Okay, but yeah, you can define other cast too, and we are gonna take this data from backend. This is just some hard-coded data for now. Okay, so you can see I just simply said that this is the name, this is the role, and this is the image of Shah Rukh Khan. Okay, again you can copy the image same way. Okay, so these are all the, suppose this is the complete cast. Similarly, we have some crew, that is Atlee, who's the director. So I've just copy pasted the images. Okay, what I'm trying to achieve is if you go down here, can see we have the cast as well as the crew. So I'm gonna try. I'll make similar to this. Okay, I'll make this a slider similar to this. You can see similar to this. Okay, so that's what we need. So let's come back here and first of all define the first section. Okay, so in movie page, we'll define two sections. Okay, so first section would be C1. Okay, so first section would be C1. So division, class name, C1. Okay, Similarly, I'm just gonna say class name and movie page. Okay, I'm just gonna define this complete page as movie page, and inside this I've just defined it as C1. Okay, so I'm gonna have two sections, C1 and C2. C1 is only for showing for the movies, C2 is for the cast, crew and different things. Okay, so let's go for C1 container 1. And here I'm just gonna say, first of all, my container 1 would be having, you can see this is my container one. Okay, this is the first part. You can see this is my, this whole is my container one. So you can see behind we have a poster. Okay, so for this I'm gonna do the same thing. So I'm just gonna say that first of all, in background I'm just gonna say background image of this is actually the wide poster. Okay, the wide poster from movie array which we got from the backend, suppose. So you can see I'm just giving the style that's okay. The extra style which we have, I'm gonna give it inside the CSS folder, CSS file. But the normal URL you have to give it here, because you can't get the style, you can't get this inside the CSS. Okay, you have to forcefully put it from here, right? So now after this, let's see what happens. Right now you won't see anything because we don't have anything inside this. Anyways, let's continue. So after this we're gonna have one section named as C11. Okay, so this is going to be having some faded part. That means you can see some black faded part is there. So for that we're gonna create a section. I'll just name it as C11. So it simply means inside C1 we have C11, so it makes sense. Okay, so that's how I give class names. You can give any other type of names, that's up to you. Okay, so now inside this I'm gonna say we have one section named as left. In the left side I'm gonna show movie poster, movie name and different stuff. On the right side I'm gonna show a button. Okay, on the right side I'm just gonna show a button. Okay, so this button is again taken with the icon, share icon, taken from React icons along with the text. So I've just created a button inside right. Okay, inside right I've just created a button, then the button icon. Okay, this icon is for the share icon. For the share icon I taken this from React icons. Okay, so you can watch the initial part of this video, you'll know how to use React icons, right? So now after this we need BS share. Similarly we would be needing the star icon also, so I'm going to use the star also. Okay, right, that's fine. So now I'll show you the page, so you can see it looks something like this, and at the end you would see we have the share icon along with the share text, right? So this is for the right side. Now let's talk about the left side. So inside the left side, we are gonna first of all have a movie poster. Okay. So what I'm trying to achieve is, you can see this is the right side. Okay, this is the right side, and this is the left side. So you can see first of all I have this movie poster. Okay, so I want this movie poster. I want this movie poster. Inside the movie poster, first of all I have the movie poster. At the bottom I have in cinemas text. Okay, so that's what I wanted. Okay, so I've just given this, and now in the right side of left, that means here I'm gonna create this part now. I'm gonna create this part now. Okay, so I'll just say here I'm just gonna give this division movie details. Movie details, fine. Inside this, first of all, first thing which we need is title. Okay, so we got the title, so you would get the title. You can see here we got the, okay, right now you won't see it because the color is not there. If I highlight this, you can see, yeah, you would get the title. Similarly, you would need one more thing, that is rating. So rating is similar which we gave in the card, movie card. Similarly we have the star as well as the rating. Okay, so we have the rating, then we have halls and language line. So inside this, what I have done is I've just created a division. Inside that division, first p tag would be giving me all halls, second p tag would be giving me all languages. Okay, so it's like I've just mapped the languages from movie. Okay, and I've just mapped it into the span tag. So you would see it something like this. Okay, so if I show you, it's actually like this. Okay, you would see it something like this. Now this is done. Now after that we have the languages as well as halls. After that you would need a book button. Okay, I think that's it. One more thing, that is release date and the type, different kind of things. What I did was I simply said that we have the release date. Okay, so we have the release date as well as we have the movie type as well as we have the duration. Okay, that's what we have here. And what's the issue here? Cannot find name span. Fine. So you can see that's how I created these span tags. If you still have any issues, you can ask me anytime. Okay, I'll provide this complete source code. So it's just for like I'm doing copy paste. That's why we are gonna complete things fast. Okay, so that's why I'm doing copy paste. Right. So we have this. Now after this, we need one more button, that is the book tickets button. So that's it. We need one more button, that is the book tickets button. So this was the left and right section. Now we're gonna style this. Okay, so for styling, I'm gonna create a file here, and let's name it as movie page dot css. Okay, and let's import the file. uh, Movie page dot css. Fine. So I have imported the CSS. The CSS is imported. Now what you have to do is you have to style things one by one. So first of all, I'm gonna say my movie page would be, everything would be in flex. Okay, everything would be in flex direction column. So everything would be in column. That means C1, this first section, then C2, you can see C2 is here. Okay, so it's like first section, second section, things are in column. Okay, now everything is fine. Now I'm gonna say that C1 section would be taking minimum height of 50 vh, minimum height of 50 vh, and it would be showing some background. You can see we had some background poster, no repeat, cover and center. So you would see it something like this. So you can see we have the poster. Now inside C1 we had C11. So C11 would be actually having some linear gradient, black, transparent, black. Okay, so I'm just gonna say the background would be black 10%, transparent, transparent, and then again black. Okay, it's like this. And you can actually change this also. You can make this like, if you want to change this, definitely you can, but definitely I'll just make it normal 50%. That means it would be an exact center. We have transparent, then black, then black. It's like that. Okay, so that's how you're gonna define it. Now we have the linear gradient. I've just given it again, it's the same height, so I'm gonna remove height from here. We don't need the height here. We have some padding, we have some display flex, we have space between. Okay, that means left and right we have space between, right? Like वाइक कर दो यार, हाँ यार like वाइक करो यार, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe the channel because we need more reach, right? So we have defined it. Now we're going to define the left side and similarly the right side. Okay, we are going to design the left side as well as the right side. So in the left side we have C11, inside the C11 we have the left side, right? So I'm just going to say C11 would be having left side. Left side would be having align items at center. That means we have the poster image, we have some movie details. I'm going to say they are in align item center. Okay, they are in center like this, and I've just given them some gap. Okay, so you would see something like this. If I just show you, you can see this is the movie details and this is the poster. Okay, so along all of these are in left side. This is left side. You can see we have some gap in between. That gap is 20 pixel. Okay, so we got the gap. Now after this, similarly you're gonna say that the right side would also be defined like this, but I'm gonna say position is relative. Why relative? Because you see that this is here, so I'm gonna define it like this, so that I'm gonna shift it to top right. Okay, that's why right is relative. Okay, that's it. And now we have defined left, right. Now let's talk about movie posters. So I'm gonna give it some width and height. So width is 300, height is 400, and overflow hidden, position relative. Why relative? Because I'm gonna show some text at the bottom of this poster, and rest everything is fine. Background will be no repeat because this was a division, not an image. Okay, this was a division. So you can see we have styled this poster. Now I'm gonna show this text at the bottom. That's why I've given background, sorry, position as a relative. Okay, so I'm gonna say the p tag inside my poster would be at the bottom. Okay, at the bottom, it's at the bottom with the style and text align as center, and which would be 100% with some padding. So you can see we have in cinemas text here, right? Fine. Okay, so now what else you will need is similarly if you're gonna style the details page. Okay, so the details page would be like this. Every text would be of color white and everything would be in column. We have some gap between each text. Okay, so you can see we have this. It looks pretty, but we have to style something more. Okay, it looks pretty definitely. Let's style it more. Okay, so I'm gonna say that the title is taking some width, similarly rating, similarly star, similarly. Yeah, I'm gonna say that the title is having this size, rating is having this size, rating star is of this color. Okay, so you can see it looks something like this. Inside this we have the languages, and inside the languages we have the ptext. Okay, all languages div tag. We have the all languages div tag. I've simply said display flex, and that means all languages div tag. They are in a row. That means halls languages, they are in a row. Okay, these two p tags now are in a row, and I've just given some space in between, that is 10px. Okay, and similarly after this I've simply said both the p tags, that is halls as well as languages, are gonna have this style. Okay, are gonna have this style. So you can see are having this style. Okay, are having this style. Okay, Fine. Now after this, I'm going to define this. I'm going to style this. So I'm just going to say similarly that the release date div tag would be having some gap and everything would be in a row. So you can see it has some gap. You can see it has some gap. Now you can see it has some gap. And now we're going to define the p tags. We're going to style those tags. If you want to give some styles later on, you can give the styles. But I think this is fine. It looks fine. Okay. We don't need any style for the release date tag. Fine. Now after this, we are gonna finally design the book button. So book button would simply have a pink background and color white and then padding some font size and then everything is fine. Okay, fit continuous, that means minimum width would be taken. So you can see it looks like this. Okay, so this is the left side. Similarly, we're gonna talk about the right side share icon. So share button, actually share button and share icon. So share button and share icon would be inside the right side. So you can see I simply said that the share icon would be having this size, and now the share button would be having some dark background, text color white, and again the same styling. Okay, so you can see this is the share button. Okay, so these are the things defined for C1. Now let's talk about C2. So I'm just gonna say that C2 starts from here. C2. Fine. Now here let's say that we have the C2. So what we have inside C2? So C1 is actually done. Let's talk about C2. So I'll be styling this from basic. So let's go to C2. First of all, C2 would be having about the movie text. Then we are gonna have the text which we have about the movie. Okay. I think for that also you can say after cast, after crew, let's say we have about short. Okay, about. I'll just say about, and we're gonna have some about text for the movie. Okay, so I'll just copy this. Fine, and let's paste it here. Right, so I've just pasted this text and now I'm gonna use it. So instead of this, we are gonna type movie.about. Fine. So guys, here you can see I have the heading as well as the about. Fine. After this, we need one line similar to Book My Show. You can see we have one line, then cast, then one line, then crew. Okay. So here I'll just say that we have a div tag for line and we're gonna style that later on. Similarly, I have heading for cast. Okay, I'm gonna design a card slider here. Okay, for a slider here, I'm gonna design the slider for the cast here. I'm just gonna design that later on. Similarly, I'm gonna have crew. Okay, so I'll just copy this and I'm gonna paste it here. Okay, similar to this, I have crew. Okay, so I'm going to define crew also. Okay, so let's do that. Now we have cast and crew, so we have this. And one more thing is, after this we'll define one line and we're going to define the movies, latest movies. Again, we're going to just say you might also like, and after that we created a carousel named as movie slider. So movie carousel. Okay, fine. So now you'll see it something like this. One thing is fail to compile use client. Okay, I have to use the client here. Okay, fine. So in this page at the top, just write use client. Fine. Now if you refresh, you can see we got this slider here. Fine. And also you want to do one thing, you have to fix the cast crew. You have to show the cast crews. Let's do that. Let's do that. So in the cast crew, I'm again going to use swiper. I'm again going to use swiper. So for that, I'm going to paste the styles of the swiper. So we would be having pagination, swiper slide, and everything is fine. Okay, so I'm going to use these things from swiper. Okay, then let's build a swiper. Here, let's define inside this, let's define a swiper with the same breakpoints. You can copy my breakpoints or you can take this from swiper.js website. Okay, you can take this from swiper website. You would find this. I'm just going to use the save stylings. You can get the source code in GitHub. You can copy paste from there. Okay, so I've just given some breakpoints, some slide preview, some breakpoints, and these are breakpoints depending on the screen. That is, for the normal screen, I would show 6 cards. For smaller screens, 3 cards through 2 cards similarly. Okay, so normal screen 6 cards. Okay, similarly you can adjust. I'm just gonna say that here we will be showing the celebrities. Okay, that means whatever celebrity we have, that means whatever cast we have, movie cast. Because for that we are gonna map it from cast array which we have inside the movie object, right? So we have this. Okay, we have to close it first. Now inside this, I'm gonna show my swiper slide. Swiper slide. Close it. Inside this, I'm just gonna use the celebrity card. I'm just gonna show some celebrity. For now, I'm just gonna write some celeb. Yes, celeb. So let's see if it works or not. If I just reload, and you can see I get all the cards of the celebrity, but I have to fix this. Okay, I have to create some cards. So let's do that. So for that, I'm gonna create a celebrity card in components. Okay, so this is same for the cast as well as crew. So for that, I'm just creating a common name, celeb card, so that there's no confusion. So celeb card. Okay, so inside this we have one file, celeb card dot tsx. Okay, so here we are going to provide the celebrity image as well as name as well as the rule. Okay, that's what we're going to define. So I'm just going to say that these details are actually taken from the previous page. Okay, whatever, wherever are you calling this card, from there you are going to take the data. So I'll just say data will be sent to this card, and it would be of type. We are going to define a new type, celebrity card type, right? Celebrity card type. So similarly, we are going to define it inside the types folder. So we have the types folder. Let's say export interface celebrity card type, and inside this I'm going to define my celebrity card type data. What kind of data you're going to provide inside this? So I'm just going to say that it's going to take name, image, URL, ID, and role of the celebrity. It's going to bring these details, okay, into the card. So that's how you're going to write define types in TypeScript, right? So now we have this, and we have to import this also. So for importing this, I'll just say that import and import celebrity card type from types folder. Okay, types file. Okay, so we have imported it. Now you have defined the type. That's totally fine. So TypeScript works this way. You have to define the type, else you would face issues. Okay, so now inside this, whatever data you're gonna send, you are getting image from it, name from it, title from it, role from it, different kind of things. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna say that it has a class of celeb card. Inside this, first of all, if you want to show image, you're going to use the image tag. Okay, image tag. So I'll get image from other page wherever I'm calling the celebrity card. Okay, so image would be having src of data.image URL. You'll get a complete object of it. From it, you're extracting the image URL. Then you'd be giving alternative text of the name which you provide, that is Shah Rukh Khan, and width and height. Okay, so if I just import it, it's imported from next image, right? So now after this we need to say one more thing, that is we are going to show name and role also. Name and role also. Okay, that's it, and everything is fine. Everything is fine. So now you would see that right now we are not getting anything because we are going to import the card here. Okay, right now we have created the card, we are going to import this card. Okay, so let's import the card in which page? In the movie page. In the movie page, you have to go back to the movie page. Here you're going to import your card. Okay, I'm just going to say celeb card, and here I would just say that we have the ID. And one more thing, guys, you might get an error that unique ID not provided. So instead, you can do one thing. You can simply provide index here, and you can simply say key equals index. Okay, fine. That's it. So now we can see that we have the cast here. If I reload, you can see I get the image, name, and the actor with the role. Okay, so you can see I have this. I have to style the celebrity card now. So I'll just style the celebrity card, then I'm gonna use it again. Okay, so celeb card dot css. Okay, so I'm gonna style this and I'm gonna import it here. So I'll just type import, sorry, not here, in the celeb card. I'm sorry. Let's fix this first of all. Okay, let's go back to the celebcard.tsx. I'm going to import celebcard CSS here. Okay, so here I'm just going to say import celebcard.css. Inside this, I'm going to style it Okay, so in celebcard.css, what have I done is I simply give the image some round shape. First of all, I'll just say outer card would be styled like this. Everything would be in column, everything would be in center. Width would be maximum card width available. That means if you have 6 card space, each card would be having some maximum width, right? So I simply said that each card's maximum width would be taken. Okay, so here you can see maximum space would be taken whatever it can. Now after this, we are gonna say that our image tag would be actually targeted like this. You can target by img. Okay, if I'm talking about image tag of Next.js, you can simply target it by img tag. Okay, so I've simply said that my image would be taking 80% of the width of the card, so that I have some space and then some height, and I've simply said it would be in center and border radius 50%. That means it's a circle, so you can see it looks like this. Okay, now after this, what else we need? We simply say that the h3 tag would be having some style, and h4 tag would be having some style. Okay, now you would see that it looks something like this and it looks cool. Okay, so now similarly you're gonna have the crew also. Okay, so let's go back, and this time I'm just gonna copy it, and now I'm just gonna paste the thing here. Okay, so we have to copy the complete tag. Okay, so just copy the complete tag. Instead of cast, we are taking the crew. Okay, so we have pasted the crew. So now you can see mapping works perfectly. So he's the director and he's the actor, and similarly we have multiple different people here, but I have just pasted one of them. Okay, so it looks fine, and now we have everything. We are gonna just define the headings here, then we are done for today. Okay, so let's go here, and you can see we have some headings here. So we actually have to style these headings because these don't look good. Okay, so for styling the heading, I would simply go to the CSS of movie page. Here I'm just gonna say, first of all, this C2 has some initial padding. You can see it has some initial padding. I'm just giving it 70% width, because in Book My Show, you can see it's not more than 70%. So you can check it, you can give it accordingly, right? So yeah, we have to do the same. You can see I've given it 70% width. Now after this, I'll just say my h1 tag would be having some good style. It would be having some good style with some dark color. Okay, so this is my h1 tag, so you can see it looks like this. Fine. Similarly, I have the p tag for the about section. Okay, so it would be like this. So you can see this is my p tag. Similarly, I'm gonna have a line in between each of them. Okay, this is the div tag. This is the div tag. So I've simply said that it would be taking 100% width, height of 1 pixel, some background that is gray colored, and some margin from top and bottom. So you can see lines are also here. So you can see it looks good, and I have simply created this page similar to Book My Show. Hope Book My Show uh, hires me as a developer. Okay, so yeah, it looks fine. And now this is it for this video. From next video, we're going to continue in the inner pages. We're going to complete the inner pages as well as the auth part, and then some admin part. Okay, that's what is remaining in the front end part. Then we're going to jump to the back end part. Okay guys, so I hope you understood the today's video, and now I'm going to upload this complete source code on my GitHub profile. So you can simply visit GitHub. Okay, you can simply visit GitHub, and here you can see, okay, first of all, I created a new front end here. Okay, so I'm just gonna delete this and I'm gonna recreate this. Okay, okay, I have logged in from some other ID. Anyways, if you wanna get this complete source code, what you can do is you can simply visit github.com/VIRAJJ014. You have to visit my profile, you have to follow me here, and in this you have my other URLs also. So if you wanna contact me, you can you can contact me on Instagram or on LinkedIn. Okay, so now inside this you have the repositories, and in the repositories we can see that we have movie booking 3x and movie booking 3x backend. This is the complete source code available. You can copy the source code from here, you can use it wherever you want. Okay, so that's how you can get the source code. And before ending this video, one more thing: in the live chat or in the description you will find a merge tag based link provided by Geeks for Geeks. So that's a merge stack course provided by Geeks for Geeks, and that's a paid course. Okay, so if you want to purchase that course, definitely you can. If you want to learn merge stack from scratch, we are here to teach you, and in that I also take live sessions. So if you want to take that course, definitely you can. And that's a course which will teach you from basics like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, then merge stack, then we'll take live sessions and the projects advanced projects. Okay, so it's like that. So these are all the things which happen in this course. Do check out that course, link in the description. Okay, so guys, that's it for today. We built this page and we also built the home page. Okay, so we also built the home page. You can see this was a very basic home page. Similarly, we built the movie page. Okay, so that's it for today. In the next video, we're gonna continue with more things. Okay, so I hope you understood this. I will see you in the next one. Till then, have a good day. Bye bye.